Look here, please. In this question, we're trying to find the perimeter of this shape. Now, what type of shape is this? It is a rectangle with something basically cut out of it. What's cut out of it? Okay, what is that shape that's cut out of it? It's a semicircle, which is a... Copy this down, please. This is half of a circle. So it's the same thing, same idea as what we just did. To find the perimeter, okay, listen up, please. When you're finding the perimeter, you need to add up the lengths of the outside of the shape. Look here, please. I want you to follow along. Look. Everyone, look here. If this side length is 9.2, I know that to find the perimeter, I have to take 9.2 and add, what else?
13.
13 plus, what else is the outside of the shape?
13.
Plus another 13. If this is 13, we know this is 13. Plus, what else am I adding?
A semicircle.
I am adding, look here, this is very important that you're looking. I am adding this part. That's the outside of the shape, right? Because I just colored it in. We're adding this. What is that called?
Semicircle.
It is the circumference of the I can't write it all out here. We're taking the circumference of the semicircle, and we have to add that to find the perimeter, because the circumference is outside of the shape, correct?
Yes.
The outside of the shape is 13. Right? That's 13 centimeters plus 9.2 centimeters plus 13 centimeters plus that. That right there is the circumference of a circle. But it's only half of the circle. If you draw in the other half, it's not there. They cut out half of the circle. So we need to figure out what is the circumference of the semicircle. So we're doing the exact same thing we just did. You find the circumference of a circle and then cut it in half.
Yeah.
Because you're only using half of it. Okay? So how do you find circumference of a circle? Circumference equals pi times d. Well, let's look at the diagram.
9.2.
What is the diameter, look here, of the circle? Diameter would be, if this side here is 9.2, what is this? 9.2 centimeters. Okay, so the diameter, that line there, which is the diameter, I'll draw it in here, is 9.2. So we need to find the circumference. What's wrong? Yeah, it's really faint. Okay, circumference equals, what's pi?
3.14.
Times, what's the diameter?
9.2.
Okay, calculate that. What's 3.14 times 9.2?
28,888.
Equals 28.888. That is the circumference. So that would represent the distance. Look here, Maurice. From here and here. The whole circle is 28.888. But we only need to include half of it. Only half of it is in the shape. How do you find half of something? Okay, so let's take 28.888 and divide it by 2. What do we get? 444. So the circumference of the semicircle is 14 point, let's round it off to 14.4. Okay? So to find the perimeter, we already started writing it out. We take 9.2 plus 13 plus 13 plus this right here, this part in here is 14.4. Does everyone understand that? So altogether, 9.2 plus 13 plus 13 plus 14.4 equals 49.6 centimeters. So the perimeter of that shape, so the outside of the shape is 49.6 centimeters. Okay, so this is a composite shape because it is made up of more than one shape. What are the two shapes it's made up of? How do we know it's a square? It has 4 sides. Now this indicates that these two sides are the same. So if this is 20, we know that this is 20. And we know that this is 20. If all the sides are the same, we know it's a square. So it's made up of a square and what type of triangle? I'll give you a clue.
A right angle.
Oops, that's supposed to be a right angle. Yes, a right angle triangle. So I'm going to make this blue. And I'm going to make this pink. Now, when we're finding the perimeter, this is very important. How many numbers am I going to end up adding? Look here, please. Look at the outside of the shape. I have this. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're not including the inside. You should only have 5 things to find the perimeter. You have 5, 2, 3, 4, 5 numbers you're adding together. Do you know any of those numbers that you need to use to find the perimeter?
Yes.
20. 20 plus 20. Now look here. Everyone look here, please. From here to here, this whole thing is 30. Now, if you take away this 20, what are we left with here?
10.
So we just found out that that side of the triangle is 10. I'm going to draw the triangle here. We know, okay, we're just looking at the triangle now, right? We know that the height of the how do we know that? Because the whole distance from here to here is 30. Then from here to here, are you looking? Is 20. Well, 20 plus something is 30. 10. Do we know the base of the triangle? 20. Do I need that 20 to add to the perimeter? We need to find the hypotenuse. C. So this is where we're using our Pythagorean theorem that we just learned yesterday. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. That will give us C, which is what we need to figure out because it's part of the outside of the shape. So you guys find C right now. 10 squared plus 20 squared equals C squared, right? What's 10 times 10?
100.
What's 20 times 20?
400.
Equals C squared. What's 100 plus 400?
500.
So C squared equals 500. And we need to know C. So what do we do, Copper? Square root. What's the square root of 500?
22.360679.
So 12. Round it off to 22.4.
What? 22.
Okay, fine. Let's round it off to 22. Approximately 22 centimeters. Is that what everyone got?
Yeah.
Okay, so this distance is 22 centimeters. Yes. So I'm going to replace that here. And now we can find the perimeter. 20 plus 20 plus 20 plus 10 plus 22.
92.
92 what?
0.33
No, what's the unit?
centimeters.
The perimeter of this shape is what? 92 approximately equal to. You put that little dot on top of the equal sign, it means you rounded it. Centimeters. Why did I do that? Because we rounded the hypotenuse. So it's not exactly 92 centimeters, the whole thing. It's approximately 92 centimeters.